You know what I've been thinking about this morning? How often we are scrolling through social media, looking at everybody's highlights, getting that pit in the stomach feeling, asking, okay, well, they're doing it, so why can't I do it? And I've been there. In fact, I've probably spent more time there than anybody should. But here's the truth. That fulfillment that we're all searching for, it's already within us. We just can't see it because we're too busy looking at everyone else's journey, or we're living life based on an outdated version of what success looks like for us right now. And by the way, I'm Michelle, and if you are feeling that pull between who you are and who you think you're supposed to be, or even who you desire to be, grab a coffee and let's just talk for a minute. So here's what changed everything for me. I was sitting in my corporate office, the one that I thought would make me feel successful. And I had this moment, even with the fancy title and the achievements and all the things I'd worked so hard for and honestly super proud of, things just felt off and unsettled. And it took me way too long to realize that I was chasing an outdated version of my own success. My priorities had changed, but my actions just hadn't yet caught up. And that's actually why I created what I call the Brave framework. It wasn't because I had it all figured out, because trust me, I didn't. But it was because I finally started listening to just that quiet voice inside that kept saying, there's more. So you want to know what brave really means? Because it's not what you think. It's actually about 5 things that I've learned make all the difference between just going through the motions and actually feeling alive in all areas of your life, personally and professionally. So you can be a rock star at work because you choose to be. And then you have enough energy left in your tank for what's important for you personally. So let's break down what brave means. Let's start with the bold. It's not about making huge dramatic changes, because sometimes it's just as simple as trusting yourself enough to say no to something that just doesn't feel right. And I remember the day that I finally listened to that inner voice. So picture this. I'm sitting in my office. I'm surrounded by everything that has historically meant success for me, and my hands are literally shaking as I type up my resignation letter. And it wasn't because I had it all figured out. I didn't, but because it was one of the few times I was choosing to trust myself more than my fear. And speaking of fear, let me tell you about the R in brave, which stands for resilience. I mean, let's face it, life can throw some brutal punches. So equipping yourself with healthy coping skills to push through to the other side of struggle and reclaim your confidence and happiness is critical to thrive in life. Talk about authentic. And this one hits close to home. You know that feeling when you're in a meeting or maybe you're at a networking event and you catch yourself monitoring every word, every gesture, like you are performing instead of just being? I've spent years perfecting my professional persona, the power pose, the carefully crafted responses, the constant pressure to project what I thought leadership should look like. But here's the thing about wearing a mask. It is freaking exhausting. And worse, it actually blocks all the unique gifts that you naturally bring to the table. Because being authentic isn't about sharing everything with everyone or throwing professionalism out of the window. It's about bringing your whole self to whatever you do. It is having the courage to say, this is who I am. Your strengths, your quirks, your lived experiences, and trusting that's exactly what makes you valuable. Now let's talk about visionary. You know, the one that really struck me when I realized it wasn't about having everything figured out. It was about asking myself, how do I want to feel in my life? Because I used to set things like those exhausting New Year's resolutions, like, Michelle, you need to lose 25 pounds. You need to get promoted. You need to be more productive. And it always felt like I was chasing something. And those some things just really didn't resonate. But then I flipped the script and I started creating a vision, not a to-do list. And the vision aligned with happiness, joy, and connection. And guess what? When you focus on feeling alignment rather than just checking off the boxes on a list, magical things start to happen. Just trust me on this one. So let's dive into being empowered. This is just one of my favorites. For me, empowerment means understanding that you have the power to create change right now. Not someday, not when the stars align, right now. So I remember when I started journaling, and honestly, it felt kind of like a small step, like what difference would writing stuff down make? Yet it turned out to be just very monumental for me, because every morning I dropped down one thing that I could do that day to feel more in tune with my goals. And I'll tell you, it was incredible how quickly those small actions built momentum. So I guess here's the bottom line. The Brave framework isn't about transforming into someone new. It's about peeling back the layers, removing everything that keeps you from being who you already are. And for many women, particularly those that I've worked with, I mean, they showed over and over, they have the power. You just have the power within you already. You're bold when you express your truth. You're resilient when you push through challenges. You're authentic when you trust that inner voice. You're visionary when you dream big and you chase those feelings. And you're empowered when you take even the smallest steps toward your goals. You have everything. You have everything it takes to live brave. And sometimes you just need to give yourself a little permission to let it all out. So I'd love to keep this conversation going. I'd love to know which pillar of brave resonates with you most right now. Is it bold? Is it resilient, authentic, visionary, empowered? Just share your thoughts in the comments below, because your insight just might spark someone else's journey. And if this conversation inspires you today, hit the subscribe button and join a community of amazing women committed to leading meaningful lives. Join me next time where we'll dive deeper into practical tools that you can use to build these brave qualities into your everyday life, because I can't wait to share what's coming next. Just remember, you possess everything you need, and it's already within you. Sometimes it takes a little nudge or a friendly conversation to help you see it. So be brave. Be brave. And I'll catch you in the next video.